Namaste to everyone. I welcome you all in my YouTube video channel. Today I will deliver lecture on theory of numbers, lecture number 14, in which I will discuss on prime numbers. We will discuss about the definition of prime numbers, different properties of prime numbers, different theorems on prime numbers. Now we define prime number. Let P be an integer and there exists no positive divisor D of P satisfying one is less than D and D is less than P. That is, if P be an integer, then if we do not get any positive divisor of P between 1 and P, then P is said to be a prime number. In other way, number 1, let P belongs to Z and P greater than 1. Number 2, 1 and P are only positive divisors of P, then P is said to be a prime number. Now we define composite number. Let A be an integer such that A greater than 1 and A is not a prime number, then A is said to be a composite number. Now we prove a theorem. Every integer n greater than 1 can be expressed as a product of primes. Let n be an integer and n greater than 1. Now case 1. Let n is a prime number. Therefore, number 1, n belongs to Z and n greater than 1. Number 2, 1 and n are only positive divisor of n. Therefore, in this case we get n equal to only one factor n, that is product of single prime. N is a prime number. Case 2. Let n is not a prime number, that is n is a composite number. Therefore, n greater than 1 and n has at least one positive divisor. Let n1 greater than 1 and n1 is a positive divisor of n. Therefore, n1 divides n, implies that by divisibility rule, n equal to n1 multiply n2. n2 is an integer. Since n greater than 0, n1 greater than 0 implies that n2 greater than 0. Let this is number 1. If n1 is a prime number, then we get that n1 as a prime factor. Then we examine for n2. But if n1 is not a prime number, therefore n1 is a composite number. Hence, n1 has at least one positive divisor. Let n1 equal to n3 multiply n4. n3, n4 all are greater than 0. In the similar way, we may factorize n1 till every factor is a prime number, and then we work on n2. Similarly, n2 may be factorized into prime factors. Since each prime factor may appear more than once, so they may be repeated. Therefore, n is expressed as product of different powers of prime factors. Therefore, n equal to n1 power alpha 1 multiply n2 power alpha 2 dot multiply nr power alpha r. Hence, the integer n greater than 1 is expressed as product of primes. Proved. Now we prove the next theorem. Theorem is the least positive divisor greater than 1 of an integer n greater than 1 is a prime number. Now we prove this. Let n be an integer such that n greater than 1 and d be the least positive divisor of n. Therefore, D divides n and D is greater than 1, less than n. This is number 1. If D is a prime number, then our problem is solved. If D is not a prime number, then D is a composite number. And if D is a composite number, then D greater than 1 and D has a positive divisor D1. Therefore, D1 divides D. D1 is greater than 1 and less than D. This is number 2. From 1 and 2 we get D1 divides D and here D divides N, implies that D1 divides N. D1 is greater than 1 and less than N. This is number 3. Therefore, we get that D1 less than D is a divisor of N. Therefore, our assumption that D be a least positive divisor of N is wrong. That is, our assumption that D is a composite number is wrong. Therefore, D must be a prime number. That is, the least positive divisor greater than 1 of an integer n is a prime number. Proved. Now, we prove the next theorem. There are infinite number of primes. We shall prove this theorem by contradiction. Since prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, ... Let number of primes be finite. Let number of primes be finite. Let P1 equal to 2, P2 equal to 3, P3 equal to 5, ... Last prime number is Pn. Let these are finite number of primes. Let A be a set containing all prime numbers. Since we assume that number of prime numbers be finite, therefore cardinal number of set A equal to finite. This is number 1. Let M equal to 1 plus P1 multiply P2 multiply ... Pn. This is number 2. Therefore, M is a positive number, means M belongs to Z and M greater than 1. Therefore, M must have a prime factor, means a divisor. Let P be a prime number such that P divides M. This is number 3. Since P is a prime number, therefore P belongs to A. Means P will be 1 of P1, P2 dot Pn. Therefore, P divides P1 multiply P2 multiply dot Pn. Let this is number 4. From 3 and 4, we get P divides M here, and here P divides P1 multiply P2 dot Pn. We get P divides M minus P1 multiply P2 multiply dot Pn. Implies that P divides M means 1 plus P1 multiply P2 multiply dot Pn. That means this equal to 1. Therefore, P is less than equal to 1. But we have assumed that P is a prime number. So, P must be greater than 1. Therefore, we get contradiction. Therefore, our assumption for number of primes be finite is wrong. Therefore, number of prime numbers will be infinite. Proved. Now we prove the next theorem. If P divides AB, P being a prime, then P divides A or P divides B. More generally, P divides A1 multiply A2 dot An, then P divides at least one factor Ai of the product. Now we prove this. Given that P is a prime number and P divides AB, then we have to show that P divides A or P divides B. If possible, P does not divide A. Implies that GCD of P and A equal to 1. Let this is number 1, this is number 2. Therefore, from 1, using Euclid's lemma, here GCD of P and A is 1, that is P is relatively prime to A, then P divides B. Proved. Now we prove the second part. We prove this by the method of induction. Since for n equal to 1, means in right side we get only one factor, then P divides that factor. Therefore, for n equal to 1, it is true. Now let it is true for n equal to m. Therefore, P divides A1 multiply A2 multiply dot AM implies that P divides AI for some I greater than equal to 1, less than equal to m. Let this is number 1. Let a1 multiply a2 multiply dot 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 am equal to b. Therefore, p divides this equal to b implies that p divides ai be factor of b and I is greater than equal to 1, less than equal to m. Now we verify for n equal to m plus 1. Therefore, p divides a1 a2 dot 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 am multiply am plus 1 implies that p divides this equal to b multiply am plus 1 implies that p divides b implies p divides ai. Let this is number 2. I is greater than equal to 1, less than equal to m. Implies that p divides b multiply am plus 1 implies that p divides ai. We may write this I greater than equal to 1, less than equal to m plus 1 implies that p divides b means a1 a2 dot 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 am and multiply am plus 1 implies that p divides ai I greater than equal to 1, less than equal to m plus 1. Therefore, it is true for n equal to m plus 1. Hence, it is true for all n belongs to capital N. Capital N be the set of natural numbers. Therefore, p divides a1 multiply a2 multiply dot 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 an. Then p divides at least one factor ai of the product. Proved. Now we prove the next theorem. Theorem is if p q1 q2 dot 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 qn are all primes and p divides q1 multiply q2 dot 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 multiply qn, then p equal to qi for some I where I is greater than equal to 1, less than equal to n. Now we prove this. Given that p q1 q2 dot 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 qn are all primes and p divides q1 multiply q2 multiply dot 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 qn. Let this is number 1. Since we know that if p divides product of integers, then p divides qi for some I greater than equal to 1, less than equal to n. This is number 2. Since qi is a prime number, therefore 1 and qi are only positive divisor of qi. Here p is a divisor of qi and p greater than 1. Therefore, 2 is possible only when P equal to QI. Proved. Thanks for watching my video. If you are satisfied with my presentation and contents, then please click on like button and do subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.